Sugar Swan's release completely ruined the Kingdom Arena, even if you unlocked her. It's the same standard meta team over and over again. Millennial Tree, Eternal Sugar, Dark Enchantress, Venom Doe, and Sugar Swan, with the treasures being the watch, chest, whistle, or monocle. Other cookies like White Lily, Sullen Salt, and Shadow Milk are struggling to stay relevant. All three of them are fighting for Eternal Sugar's spot and fumbling. Team diversity is dying and counters no longer exist. The problem with having very little cookie, build, and treasure variation is that free-to-play players like me will suffer. When a free-to-play who spends no money fights a stacked player with the same team, the stacked player wins. For example, this first opponent has a 5A Millennial Tree, 6-star Dark Enchantress, and a 2A Venom Doe. To make matters worse, you can easily get screwed over by RNG. Sometimes one of your cookies dies due to bad skill rotations, opponents' cooldowns, and enemy cookies reviving and instantly nuking everyone. If you're weaker than your opponent, one little screw up will cost you the battle. But if your opponent messes up, they can fall back under good promotions. Bad RNG inside the arena is amplified by Sugar Swan's random revivals and Millennial Tree's skill downtime, where he isn't protecting your cookies, creating the worst meta ever. In order to show you how truly hopeless everything is, let's fight this stacked opponent. Wait, what? I actually won with bad promos? Was it only a stroke of luck? Or did I actually find a way to use strategy to abuse luck to my advantage? In order to understand how I weaponized luck, we need to go back all the way to the beginning. It all started when people kept making fun of me for having bad promos, non-stop insults about having a 3-star Wind Archer. I want to prove that having low promos is okay by reaching Grandmaster 1 as a free-to-play player. Right now, I'm around 100th place, and it's been a while since the season began, so there's no cheesing my way to GM1. To reach top 30, I need to beat the most stacked standard teams, but in order to do that, we need to dive into how the standard team works. They always have these 5 cookies, and the watch treasure is mandatory. For the other 2, it can be a combination of the whistle, chest, and monocle. I'm gonna use the whistle and chest. Eternal Sugar uses either 6 chocolates like this, or 6 raspberry like this, with a bypass biscuit. For all teams, I like using 6 chocolate more. Dark Enchantress is 6 raspberry with bypass, Venom Doe is 6 chocolate with bypass. Sugar Swan's builds vary a lot and they're all about the same. All builds must have 3 raspberries minimum and a cooldown biscuit. Then for the variety, you can use some chocolates to hit 35% cooldown, or use none and use 6 raspberries. You can replace raspberries with apple toppings, or you can use raspberries, chocolates, and apples for a 35% cooldown. You can run lots of damage to this substats, or you can run 0%. Yeah, is that vague? For this video, I'm gonna use chocolates to reach a 35% cooldown with as many raspberries as possible plus damage to this substats. For Millennial Tree, most people use 6 peanuts. If you're feeling spicy, you can use kiwi toppings, but if you're using the monocle, 6 peanuts usually better. Let's try out the standard team against this opponent. 4A Millennial Tree, 6-star Dark Enchantress, and a 6-star Eternal Sugar. They're using the whistle and monocle, and the chest whistle combo is good against it. However, neither team hard counters each other, or even soft counters each other. It's all RNG. Let's see if I can beat them. I won! One step closer to Grandmaster 1. But wait, there's a problem. What if I'm the stronger player and I fight a weaker player? Well, I can still lose due to RNG, just like what happened to our opponent. If only there was a way to manipulate RNG to my advantage. What if I told you there is a way to do so, and there is a way to counter opponents? So these 5 cookies are way too OP, and I'm not gonna replace any of them in this video. However, the treasures and toppings is where the magic happens. So this person named Bread gave me a team, and it turned out to be completely broken. Bread is the same person I rage baited in a previous video about my level 1 Venom though. It uses a chest, watch, and candle. That's right, the crusty unmeta candle treasure. As for the builds, well, they're absolutely insane. Let's fight our first Grandmaster 1 opponent. They're using a white lily team with a chest and whistle treasures, so this shouldn't be as bad as facing Eternal Sugar. If I want to become a GM1, I need to beat the GM1, so here we go. Alright, so why does a candle work? Also, why would I use a chest instead of something like the whistle? The whistle is way more popular in candle teams. Well, it all comes down to manipulating RNG. This meta is based on cast rotation luck. If your cookies are bombarded with a huge attack while Millennial Tree is protecting them, you're gonna be fine. However, if he's not protecting them, you're absolutely screwed and got unlucky with the timing. If your Dark Enchantress attacks and gives herself a shield, she'll probably be okay. But if she's sniped while her HP is low and has no shield, you're screwed. If Venomdo is using their skill and dodging everything, they'll be fine. If they're low HP and hit while not using their skill, you're done for. If your enemy's Sugar Swan revives a cookie at the wrong moment, you're dead. See how RNG everything is? It's all about Cookie's skill rotation. Now here's a catch. The candle messes up the opponent's cooldown and skill rotations, but to your own advantage. The jewelry box treasure stuns the opponent, messing up their skill rotation to your advantage. The whistle doesn't crowd control, so that's why I'm using the chest instead of the whistle. The opponent becomes unluckier while you increase your own luck, which is why this team works. Keeping this in mind, let's fight our next opponent. They're using the standard team with a 6-star Eternal Sugar. Let's see if my good luck works. So what exactly does a candle team counter? Well, it's extremely good against the whistle and chest combo. It's still good against the monocle chest combo. However, it's not very good against the monocle whistle combo. It's better to just use a standard team with a chest and whistle against monocle whistles. As for the team builds, well, first I want you to look closely at their skills during the next battle, and notice how fast and often they cast, especially in Millennial Tree. Our next opponent is a Grandmaster 1, with a 5A Millennial Tree and a 5A Venomdo. Let's see if my bad promos can win. Alright, now it's time to increase our luck even further with our cookies builds. Eternal Sugar has 6 chocolate and Venom Dough has 6 chocolate to make them cast as often as possible. Dark Enchantress has 6 raspberries instead of chocolates cause she already converts attack percent into cooldown percent. Sugar Swan must reach 35% cooldown through chocolates cause it synergizes with the skill spamming nature of this team. Then it's all raspberries with a cooldown biscuit. For most people, Millennial Tree is 6 peanuts, and if you're using the monocle, he doesn't really need that much debuff resist, but the Candle team does not have the monocle, and if you secretly use 3 kiwis and 3 peanuts like me, this reduces his bad luck, cause he gets stunned and crowd controlled for a shorter period of time. Yeah, 3 kiwis instead of 2 kiwis, for some reason it just works better for me. If you don't believe me, I just use 6 peanuts. Let's see if kiwi toppings will work against this Grandmaster 1, with the monocle and chest treasures, a 5A Millennial Tree, and a 6-star Dark Enchantress. No, there's one final piece of the puzzle, and it doesn't involve the team itself. If I want to reach Grandmaster 1 as a free-to-play player, I need to use every trick in the book. So there's a term called spreadsheeting. When you fight top 100 players on the leaderboard, you write down on a Google or Excel spreadsheet who you fought, if you won or lost, and which team you decided to use against them. Then, if you see someone on your attack list, you try to match up their trophy count, power, promotions, and hidden cookies to determine who they are on the leaderboard. Then you look at their username again. If you fought them before and won, just fight them again and win. If you fought them before and lost, either use a different team or don't fight them at all. And that strategy is exactly what I'm gonna use to reach Grandmaster 1. Our next opponent is one of the strongest ones ever. Chest and whistle treasures like usual, but they have a 5A Millennial Tree, 4A Venom Dough, 6-star Dark Enchantress, and a 6-star Eternal Sugar. Here we go. This meta is all about RNG, but by turning that RNG into my own advantage and continuing to use strategies and counters despite there seeming to be none, I was able to reach Grandmaster 1 as a free-to-play player, and that's why it's okay to have bad promos. Like, comment, and subscribe for more arena videos, okay?